Here's a picture of Gunner. An interesting thing about this is his shirt is leaning towards red, and that's the actual color of his shirt.
Sorry.
Ellie gave the wrong color.
Yes.
But that's okay. Anyway, that's more of a fluke. But I do like the face and like the look that he's giving you.
Mm-hmm.
He's very cocky, very Gunner. Again, I like the hair, the way it was done, and you can sort of see the shading on the red.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really
I also like
interesting.
the tiny teeth.
This one is again interesting because it's not a style that I'm used to seeing. It actually kind of puts me in mind of some of the art that I've seen for The Labyrinth and pictures of Sarah.
Aha.
So I guess she looks like Jennifer Connelly in this, young Jennifer Connelly. And I like the outfit that she's wearing.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah,
I never knew what to dress her in.
Her outfit tended to change, but I think mostly she would just wear like a t-shirt and jeans because I thought that was easier to draw. But this is, I think, something more that Fiona would wear. So now we have a picture of Gunner, and I like his jacket in this because I've always had trouble drawing his jacket. Any jacket. So that was really hard. And I also really like his hair. That's very much the style that I was going for when I first created him.
Yeah, for some reason I went through a phase where every time I drew Gunner he had kind of Tarzan-y, clumpy hair.
Yeah, it's true. You did.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, when I made Gunner, the very first picture that I made of him, he wasn't, he was human. He didn't have the ears or the tail. But after a while, I'm not sure how he evolved into something with big long ears and tail, but he did. So, interesting historical point just to bring out. This one wasn't, I think, an entry into the contest, but it's gorgeous nonetheless.
I have to agree. The
yeah.
crown was added as kind of an afterthought. They sent me a note and asked if the horns were a part of his head or his crown. I said crown, so they added that, and I think it's a neat take on it.
It is. It's more of a tiara deal in this picture, which I thought was interesting.
Manly tiara.
Yeah. Usually when I think of Byram, I think of, the horns, his crown coming up like horns. Because I'm not sure why, just because it's more dark. But I think this gives it more of a fantasy. This whole picture gives him more of a fantasy look than just brooding character. He looks more like he could be either good or bad
Yeah.
in this picture. And you're just not sure yet. I really like his eye.
Yes.
This one I really like because it's, I guess it's a look at Byram that I never had before. Because, like I said, most of the art that I'm used to is influenced by anime. And most of the art that I draw is influenced by anime because I don't know how to draw unique looking people, I suppose. For example, men with square faces and different shaped noses. I'm very limited in that way. But this one has him looking his age.
Yeah, I like that fact.
Sure.
He definitely looks his age.
Yeah.
Hundreds of years old. It looks like a father. And I like that his crown is kind of horn-ish and iron-looking.
Yes, that is so true. And of course, I like the way that he looks like he's been painted here. Like you could, like as if this was done with real paint, not on Photoshop or whatever program you use. So, yeah, it looks like you could honestly find that painting somewhere for sale. I don't know who would have a picture of that besides me hanging
Me!
on the wall. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
Very cool.
And the unbridled joy of me and Gunner and Fiona. Fiona doesn't usually express unbridled joy, but...
Especially around you.
Especially around me, but in this case she was, and I'm glad that she did put our differences behind her.
Yes.
Basically, when we're in Justin's universe, I get to be with Gunnar all the time, and he's my boy. But for the actual serious stories, Fiona gets Gunnar.
Yes.
Except for the Fat Man story.
And several,
That one
actually.
was-
There are several stories in here that
Oh.
are about them.
I thought they were mostly about Riddell.
Well, I didn't count them, but there's a pretty good ratio, I guess, of both of them. The early ones were all of Riddell.
Yeah, Justin
later
always
ones were all
preferred
Fiona.
writing Riddell.
And you always preferred Fiona.
Well, I guess it was because after a while I didn't want to keep doing self-inserts.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was getting, a little bit annoying. And-
Wasn't.
Yeah, well, Fiona's a fun character, too. By the way, the reason there's a snake here, or that he's afraid of the sock puppet, is because Gunnar is terrified of snakes.
Yeah. That comes out in the novel and doesn't really show itself in any of the short stories.
No.
Oh,
I just
well.
thought he should have a phobia.
Yeah. That's the kind of thing you do in Nano.
Gunnar and Fiona's excellent experience through science and logic, there's no science and there's no logic at all.
Nope.
Being a compilation of short stories and artwork featuring Gunnar, Fiona, Riddell, and several others. You're
welcome! Here's the guest art gallery credits.
To me, it kind of looks like the old-timey version of the police commissioner in the 70s cop drama. He's got the mustache and he's got the stubble and he's got a very serious expression.
And look at the indifferently buttoned suit.
Yes,
Yay.
that is cool. I love the details here.
I really like the gears and
Yeah, the
wires and whatnot all around him.
yeah, really, really neat. Definitely a very different version of him than most of the other artists drew.
OP?
And he's holding the core. which is
No,
kind
that's
of neat.
actually
Oh,
the
wait.
planet. The
Oh, that's
diamond-shaped
the-
planet.
oh, okay,
yes.
sorry.
I was going to mention that, yeah.
Okay.
I thought that was an interesting detail.
Yeah, that is cool.
They took the time to kind of incorporate what he was doing.
Yeah.
Oh, and also the vest. I thought it was neat that they took the time to design that for him and kind of
Yeah.
made it patchy like
Well, yeah, 'cause
Frankenstein.
the only reference image you had was like his neck up.
Yes.
So any picture that incorporates more than his neck.
And I actually
head.
used that design when I made your Sculpey version of him.
Ah.
Tesla, he was
Yeah.
also drawn by the same artist, and again
Yeah.
with the mustache.
Yep. There are different. There seem to be different opinions on whether or not he should have a mustache. I guess if you are going by the historically accurate version, then yes, he has a mustache. Also, I notice again the shirt's all randomly buttoned, or the
Yes.
jacket. So yes, dresses because he has to. I like this picture a lot actually because
Interrobang.
yes, it has a word interrobang in it, and I believe it's called interrobang. Yes, it's called interrobang, which is
I
an
think I
awesome
called it
word. This one's really awesome
I love this picture.
because it incorporates the pranksterness of Mr. Hyde, and it's also adorable. Yep. I like how they're basically wearing the same clothing as well, except, Hyde is slightly shorter and chubbier.
Yep. Jameson decided to do character sketches of all of your main characters.
Yes, and once again we have Jack Black as Mr. Hyde.
Awesome.
Yep. I might be a little crazy for saying this, but I think Fredericks in this picture looks a lot like a slightly younger version of Thor from certain of the Marvel comics.
Okay.
In which one?
In this one.
Oh.
Just the way his hair
Okay.
goes and everything. You may think I'm crazy.
Am I?
Not crazy.
Tesla again.
Tesla once again. Mustache. We should try and count all the mustache Teslas and see what the tally is. Okay, so
One, two.
two.
No Tesla.
No, but a mustache.
Oh, wait. Tesla here doesn't have a mustache.
All right. So
And that one does. So 3.
3-1.